Hello boys and girls, welcome to my garden. We're learning to write information texts and I'm up to showing you in my text about gardening how to write great paragraphs. So I thought I'd bring you into my garden for a little bit of atmosphere. When I talk about writing great paragraphs, I'm actually not talking about your introduction, your introductory paragraph, because that's written a little bit differently and we've already looked at how to do that. What I'm talking about is writing great subtopic paragraphs. Now, you've already written your subtopic heading and at least a topic sentence for your first subtopic. So we're going to go on and we're going to talk now about how to build that paragraph into a really great, interesting concept for your readers to read about. Now, I don't know about you, but occasionally I've read an information text that is a little bit boring. Where information texts get boring are where two things happen. Firstly, the author forgets to use tone. We've already looked at how to do that. But secondly, they write using the same structure for their paragraphs. That structure goes something like this. Topic sentence, 3 details or examples about the topic, and then they rework that first sentence that they had at the start of the paragraph. Some people call it the hamburger method, where you start with a bun, that's the top of the bun, that's your topic sentence. Then you've got 3 ingredients, usually sauce, cheese, and a meat patty or a plant-based patty. And then they close the hamburger. They have a bun at the bottom again, which is just reworking that same old topic sentence at the top. What I'd like you to take away from today is the fact that you don't need to rework your topic sentence at the end of your paragraph. The reader already knows the main idea when they read the opening sentence of your paragraph. And do you really need to use 3 examples? No, you don't. So how many examples do you need to write a great paragraph? Well, here's the thing. It depends on what you think is important in your paragraph. If there's only 2 details that you think are important, just write about that. If there's more, put more in. You could have 5 or 6 examples if you really wanted. So what about me and my example? What am I going to do in my text about my beautiful garden? Well, my subtopic paragraph is how plants grow. And you can see the topic sentence I've already got written under there. Plant growth is a mysterious process that is imperceptible to the human eye. I then think, what are the details that I really want to talk about in this paragraph? I remember for my idea that I wrote that word photosynthesis, I definitely want to talk about how plants convert sunlight into energy, or how they use sunlight to convert sugars into energy. I also, though, am thinking mysterious. What else is mysterious about plant growth? How seeds germinate is mysterious about plant growth. I'd like to tell the reader about that. I think that how a plant first begins to grow, how seeds germinate, is really, really important. So I've got those 2 details that I'm going to write about. So here you can see that I've moved my heading, how plants grow, and the topic sentence underneath it up to the top of the page, and I've continued writing about those 2 details. I've written, for most plants, growth begins beneath the soil. The seed absorbs water from the ground and after the right amount of time and heat begins to swell. It sends down a root called a radicle. The cells in the seedling begin to divide and a shoot pushes up through the soil. Where does it get the energy to do this? From its mother plant. The seed has already the energy it needs to grow until it reaches sunlight. Then, a chemical inside its first leaves reacts with the light that touches it and converts carbon dioxide from the air that surrounds it into sugar. The seedling uses this to grow. Could you hear the two details that I mentioned as I talked about them? Firstly, I talked about how seeds germinate, and secondly, I talked about photosynthesis. Remember, it's up to you how many details you include in each paragraph. Your task today is to get your draft, reread your first subtopic heading and the sentence that you've started writing underneath it, and to think about how many details you should include. What do you want to tell the reader? And continue your writing. If you have time after you finish your first paragraph, you might like to go on with the second. Enjoy your writing.